Hello there, welcome to Courageous Consciousness. I'm DJ Gallup, your host, and today I'm starting a brand new series of videos that I'm really excited about, and I will be doing these over the next few months, kind of on a maybe once a week basis, called How to Be Married to a Humanitarian. And this video in particular is going to be about how to keep your ego in check when you're married to a humanitarian. Now here's the thing. You may not be married to a humanitarian yourself, and I understand that's probably a long shot. However, even if you aren't, you're probably in a relationship and you probably have some of the same issues that I'll be talking about in some of these videos. So they may still be useful for you, but if not, you know what? I have a whole channel full of other videos just for you. So anyway, I know on this channel a few times I've mentioned my husband, but just so you guys have a little bit of background on him, my husband's name is Roshan, and he was born in the country of Sri Lanka. He was then raised in Manchester, England, and then he moved to America, I think when he was either 11 or 12, and he is a nurse practitioner when he's here in America. But what he really does as his career most of the time for the last 10 years is he works with Doctors Without Borders. So he started doing his first project shortly after we started dating about 10 years ago. He went to Haiti. And since then he's been to Democratic Republic of Congo, Chad, Central African Republic. He's been to South Sudan twice. And now he's back in Congo again. So right now he's kind of gone up the line a little bit, and so he's currently running this quite a large hospital with about 200 people over in the east, kind of the northeastern part of the Congo. And so I kind of figured, since this was the first video I was going to be making in this series, that I kind of wanted to show you guys some photos of him in action. So here is Roshan's plane flying into the airstrip. You can see that basically a runway in this rural part of Congo is a grassy strip without trees. That's about it. And this next photo here is a structure called a tukul, which is spelled Tukul. And a tukul is basically their bedrooms. So everyone there who works there has their own tukul. And here is a photo of my husband laying down in bed underneath a mosquito net. And when you're in places in the rainforest, you pretty much have two choices. One is either you can sleep underneath the mosquito net, which will get you really, really, really hot and sweaty, or you can sleep without the mosquito net and get bitten up and get malaria. So neither one's a really, really great option, but I think I'd rather sweat than get malaria. Anyway, this next photo is him getting ready to go do a mobile clinic by motorcycle. In the Congo, when you're doing the mobile clinics, so when they're going out to like smaller villages from the main village, they have to go by motorbike to get there through the jungle. It's very Indiana Jones-like, if you will. And I kind of figured that I would end showing you guys some great photos of Roshan with some kids. And I think these are really, really cute photos. You know, I always love seeing these photos of the kids in the Congo, because even though they're living pretty much in an active war zone, the kids are always so, so, so happy. And then the last photo is one that just melts my heart. I just love this photo every single time I've seen it, of him holding this baby. And every time I see this photo, I just see what a big heart my husband has. So anyway, back to the subject at hand. So, over the years, when he first started doing Doctors Without Borders, my biggest issue was that I was both hesitant about him going. I was worried about his going. I was really just worried about his safety. I was worried about, is he going to get enough to eat? Is he going to be, just safe and sound, really? over the years, that has actually gotten really, really cool for me. I have gotten really used to his going. I don't really worry about his safety so much anymore. I know that he can take care of himself. And I also know that worry does nothing for me in terms of helping him. So I've actually learned not to worry over time. But my biggest issue with being married to a humanitarian after all these years is learning to control my own ego. Because what happens all the time is, people who are aware, friends and family, people who are aware that he is, gone in the Congo right now, for instance, they'll ask me questions about it. They'll say, oh, where is he and what's he doing? And, of course, I'll go through the whole discussion and I'll tell them where he is and what he's doing and what he's up to. And it's always followed up by this whole string of compliments to him. Oh, he's so giving. Oh, he's so selfless. Oh, he's just this most wonderful, wonderful, wonderful person. Now, here's the thing. I completely agree with all of that. My husband is a wonderful person, and he's very giving, and he's very caring. I don't deny any part of that. But, of course, at the same time, it also starts tripping up my ego because I start saying, well, am I not doing enough good stuff for the world? So, and I tend to be a somewhat competitive person by nature. So when someone is, saying all these wonderful things about someone, I kind of want people to say the same thing about me. But that's kind of one of my ego struggles, isn't it? So, one discussion I've had with Roshan over the years many times is that people have this tendency of putting him up on this pedestal. And, they kind of idealize him, if you will. But he hates being on the pedestal. It's really funny because even I put my husband up on this pedestal sometimes. And, I'll discuss that with him. And he hates being up on the pedestal because when he's up there and when people are thinking of him, as being way up here, he feels really, really lonely. And he certainly doesn't feel like he necessarily deserves to be on that pedestal. But what I've learned over time with working with my ego, because I've been doing a lot of spiritual self-development work over the years, that's why I'm doing this channel, right? So what I have learned is that this is a really big ego challenge for me because I don't want to live ego dominant. I want my ego to be reduced. I want my ego to be calmed down. I want my higher self to take precedence in my life. And so what I've come to realize over time is that when I start hearing people saying these compliments about him, that I actually just really agree with them now. I just go with it. And I appreciate my husband for everything he does. And he's really, really good at what he does. That's kind of the big thing about it, is that Roshan is excellent at doing Doctors Without Borders. Every time he goes, he does a really great job. And he enjoys doing it. So I don't know why my ego would want to make me feel bad, because I am so thrilled that my husband is able to do this work and is capable of doing such a wonderful job. But the other thing I've started realizing over time too, and I'm not doing it from a place of competition nowadays, but I also have come to realize over time that living in this ego headspace is really, really useless for me, because I could be competitive by nature if I wanted to and compare myself to him. But that's not useful for me whatsoever. So what is really useful for me is just understanding within myself that I actually do a lot to serve people. Now, granted, am I getting on a plane and going into a war zone and working with cholera patients? No, that's not my path. That's not my life path. That's Roshan's life path. But I also figure I'm here to help people in a lot of ways through my YouTube channel, through my writing, through being a massage therapist, through being a good son and son-in-law, taking care of my parents, and my mother-in-law. And once I internalized that I'm also doing a lot of really good things for humanity, it just made me feel a lot more comfortable supporting my husband. And it really helped reduce my ego a lot. So anyway, I'm not going to get onto this for too long anyway, but certainly I think that I've seen this happen in a lot of other relationships, whether you're married to a humanitarian or not. Sometimes you just will compare yourself to your spouse or to your partner, significant other, and sometimes one of you is doing really important work. And if you're not the one doing that really important work, you may be feeling like you are inferior to them, and your ego will just start to go haywire. But what I have learned is allowing yourself to go haywire with your ego is just useless. So you really do have to just monitor your ego, and you just have to be supportive of your spouse. You have to love them, and you have to be very happy that they are so good at what they're doing, and you have to appreciate what they are doing. So anyway, I'm going to leave it there for today. Come back, check these videos out. I make videos every Monday through Friday, guys. So I hope to see you again soon. Have a great day. Namaste. Thank you so much.